Good morning and happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for making the time to watch this replay. Today, I'm talking with you about automation versus personal engagement. Look, we do not have enough time to do all the things in our business. And so you're probably thinking about automating different areas of your business to help you be more efficient. But when it comes to your marketing, are you worried that automation feels impersonal and takes away from the authentic engagement that we're trying to build through our marketing? If so, today's messaging mini class is for you. Now, for those of you who don't know me or don't know me well, my name is Carrie Price. I'm a brand messaging coach helping ambitious service-based business owners find and own the words to stand out, be heard, and make your message roar. And especially if you're starting out in business, but honestly, at any point in your business, you know that marketing is important. It's the way that we get our message heard. It's all those touch points and interactions that are going to allow people to know us, like us, ultimately trust us, and build our brands. But when I ask the question to people, would you rather automate some of your marketing or spend 4 hours a day marketing? Because one of my business coaches said to me, look, if you're not booked out with clients, then you need to be marketing at least 4 hours a day. Because it's true, right? We can't just be in business and just hope that people will magically find us. We have to market and put ourselves out there. But when I ask this question to people in my group, it's very interesting to hear some of the worries about automating your marketing. That we're worried that it's going to feel inauthentic and it's not really building the relationships, which that's what we're all about, right? But I'm here to talk to you today about how it really can allow you to be more personal in your marketing. Hey, Janet. Hey, Helen. So great to have you joining me live today. I'd love to know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, do you do any automation in your marketing today? And I'll talk a little bit about what that means and the different ways that you can automate. But whatever you would define as automation, let me know in the comments below. Do you automate? And if so, what areas of your marketing are you automating? Now, before I get into this a little bit more, let me just recap again some keywords that I'm using so that we're talking about the same thing, right? Marketing. What is marketing? Well, marketing is the way that you control and shape your brand. And your brand is your reputation as it's perceived in the mind of the market. So what you're trying to do is establish your credibility, establish your expertise in your market. And the goal is to be talking to your ideal client. It's not about talking to everybody, right? And so your marketing, it needs to control and shape what people think, and that is the communication of your message. So everything that you're putting out there needs to help you be one of a kind. And what we're talking about really today is about the last R in make your message roar. Remember, make your message roar is about having a message that's relatable, one of a kind, actionable, and reliable. And being reliable is about consistently showing up when and where you say you're going to show up. But it's about being visible, that people see you and get your message every time, right? And so why are people anxious about automating that? Well, I totally get it. There's a lot of talk around being authentic, and I talk about that too. I want you to find your most authentic message, right? So we want to be authentic and we want engagement. Well, engagement is a two-way street, right? We want to be able to put information out there, let our audience respond to that, and then start a conversation with them. And so these are typically the main reasons why I see people uncomfortable about automating parts of their marketing. But here's what I want you to really think about. Engagement and personalization happens in two places in your marketing: the creation of your content and the engagement with your audience. It is not in the actual delivery of the content. So let me say that again. The engagement and personalization that we're all focused on and that we're worried about automation taking away comes from in the creation of the content, right? You have to really understand your ideal client and create content that's going to speak to them and be relatable. And in the engagement of the comments or the people who are interacting with the content, not from the actual posting or delivery of the content. And that's the part that I want you to get more comfortable about automating. It is not important that you are the person that copies and pastes text and posts it into Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or wherever you show up and then hits the publish button. It's not important that it's a person that does that. Now, we're going to talk about some specifics and different things to automate or think about. But when you're looking at anything in your business as a business owner and you look to start to delegate, you're looking at what things don't have to be you. Where you need to remain in focus and in presence until you have a team that does these things for you, but it's in your content creation because that's your message. That's your authentic, one-of-a-kind way that you're showing up in the world, right? And it's an engaging with your audience and serving your clients. Now, you could grow to the point where you develop your messaging and it's fully fleshed out and a copywriter could help you create content, right? You might have a community manager that helps you in your groups, or you have a team of people that might help in your marketing and your social media presence. But that's where the engagement comes from. It's not in pressing the button to post it. So when you're thinking about automation, and that's just social media, I'm talking about people talk about automating funnels. All that means is creating all this content that is relatable and one of a kind, that's going to speak to your market, and then letting a system or a technology do the delivery for you, right? So if you have an email newsletter list, for example, and somebody signs up for a freebie and then you send them what's called a follow-up or a nurture sequence afterwards, that's automation in your marketing. You wouldn't, for example, every time somebody wants a freebie, you would launch a Gmail or Outlook or whatever you use and send them the freebie. And then tomorrow remember, oh wait, I'm going to send them this email that I want them to know. And everybody who gets their freebie, the next day I'm going to send them that email. And then the next day after that, I'm going to send another thing. You're not manually doing that every time. You put it into your email marketing system. For example, I use ConvertKit. You might use MailChimp or Infusionsoft or Entreport or something like that. But you put all that content in there and you let the system send it out. Now, if you ask in one of those emails, hey, reply back and let me know, what are you struggling with? Or what do you think about this? When they reply back to you, then you give them a personal, engaged response, right? That's where the engagement, that's where your energy should be focused. Same thing on social media. When you post and you put content out there, where you want to spend your time is in the comments, not in the worrying about scheduling the post and when does it go and where does it go and, oh, did I attach the right image? This is the part that you want to focus on, letting someone or something else do that for you, right? Hey, Cheryl, so great to see you. Thanks for joining me live today. So just like everything in your business, I just want you to get really conscious of thinking about why you think the activity has to be you. This all goes into the bigger mindset of up-leveling. A lot of people talk about that. Up-leveling into being a business owner, be the CEO of your business. Where's your zone of genius? And that's where you need to spend your time. There are not enough hours in the day for you to do everything on your own. So when it comes to your marketing, if you automate those tasks or you delegate, let's put delegation in the automation. In my mind, there's a process that a person or a system can do for me, and it's not me, right? I'm automating it with another person, or I'm automating it with a third-party scheduling tool like Buffer, or I use SocialBee or Hootsuite, anything like that. When you take that off your plate and let that be automated, now your time allows you to be more personal and more engaged, because all of your time is now engaging with your followers and the people who are commenting, the people who are emailing you back and asking you questions. That's where you build the relationships. So if you're not already automating because you're worried it's taking away from the personalization, it's actually by not automating, it's taking your time away from the personal engagement. So I want you to kind of think about that differently and give yourself the time to focus on those activities that are going to really allow you to build those relationships. Hey, Valerie, so great to see you here. Yeah, Valerie loves automation. She helps you completely streamline your business and optimize it. So if you are ready to get that in place, I definitely recommend Valerie. Corinne, yes, she says, I agree 100%. Ashley says, what do you use? Well, it's going to vary on what part of my marketing I'm automating. So my email marketing, I use ConvertKit. Now that has and no matter what tool you use, they'll have some level of automation, rules-based processing for you. I love ConvertKit because of the power of its automation. But we have automated workflows that when people sign up for a freebie, there's all this logic that starts to trigger. Have they gotten my welcome email sequence? If not, great, give them the welcome email sequence. Have they attended one of my instant access masterclasses? Nope, great. Invite them to come and attend that free training. And then let's give them some more nurture welcome sequence. And then if they've already done all that, or once they complete it, then put them on the list where they get notified of my weekly Facebook Lives and other newsletter type content. That's all automated, all the logic. You think about that in advance, and then you let somebody build out the system to do that for you, right? So I use ConvertKit for that. Now, when it comes to automating social media, then here's something to know. No matter what tool you use to do that, third-party tool. So let's talk about Facebook for a moment. We're on Facebook. No matter what third-party tool you use to schedule posts to Facebook, I use SocialBee. You could use Buffer, Hootsuite. There's a number of third-party tools out there. I love SocialBee for a lot of reasons, but that's the one that I use. You can only use those tools to automate the content into Facebook things that you own. So your own business page, or I should say that you're an admin of, your business page and your group, or any groups where you're an admin. You can't use it to schedule content into someone else's group, right? So I engage in a couple other Facebook groups other than my own, and I have content there. I can't use SocialBee to do that. Even the Facebook native built-in ability to schedule your posts. So when you go to write a post, instead of posting right now, you can, I think it's a little clock, you can click that and you could schedule it for a future time. So maybe next week, I know I'm going to want to post every day a different post. I can load all those up in Facebook directly and then schedule them. And when the time comes, Facebook will post them automatically for me. Same thing applies. You can't schedule into other people's groups. So you need to create a process and get support around that if it's not you, right? Get your virtual assistant to help you with that. Or that might be an area where you need to do the personal posting and engagement. But everywhere you can, I want you to think about automating it. And again, I'm not the guru at automating is, Valerie is. So make sure that you reach out for help and support when you're ready. Valerie's got some great comments here, and I love that she's here. This is a perfect topic for Valerie to share her brilliance with us too. She says, before asking what others use, it's important to understand what you need and what other tools you use. The fastest path to frustration is adopting what others use. Yeah, so true. And Valerie brings up a really great point. It's kind of your whole architecture of your business, right? It's all the different tools that you use. I use ConvertKit and I love it for a lot of reasons. I have done a behind the scenes Facebook Live inside the messaging den to share with you some of the things I love about it. But I also know that ConvertKit works with a lot of the other systems I already use in my business. And so when I'm evaluating adding new systems, I absolutely look if it integrates with ConvertKit. or if there's a way to get it to integrate with ConvertKit, because I don't want data in a lot of disparate places. So you've got to look at what information you want, where you want it to go, and how you want it to get there. There's tools like Zapier that help you connect, but I'm always looking at how does a new piece of technology work with the technology I already have. So that's an absolutely excellent point, Valerie. Yeah, Karine agrees with Valerie. She says, I've used many different email systems and changed as my needs grow. Yeah, I think that, for example, a lot of people choose MailChimp when they're starting out because it has a good free level. And then as they grow, they move into something more robust. Or you might choose to use kind of a different email marketing tool than some of the other areas of your business, but then you grow into something like an Entreport or Infusionsoft or Kajabi, sort of an all-in-one system. So absolutely, you need to assess based on your needs. Yeah, Valerie says, exactly, me too. So many tools are overwhelming and more than what people need to begin with. The key is designing the systems first and then plugging it into the tool. Systems are the secret sauce. Yeah, absolutely. Corinne now uses Active Campaign because she's a big fan of automation, but even more the personalization. Yeah, that's a lot of the same reasons why I like ConvertKit. So that's a great conversation there. And Valerie, thank you for chiming in on that, because you're right. The exact tool is less important than the concept behind the use of the tool. What are you trying to achieve? And for me, when I'm talking to you about automating your marketing, it's about removing the repetitive, not value added tasks that don't have to be a person, where you can think about the logic and the rules that you want to have in place and let a system, or sometimes your assistant, but not you, right? Like what can be done by someone or something else so that you can focus on the more personal, more engaged parts of your marketing. Again, let me just recap for you. Engagement and personalization of your content and your marketing happens in two places: in the creation of the content and in the engagement of the comments and the interaction with your followers, not with the actual delivery of the content. So for those of you who have not yet started automating even some of your social media posts, that's a great first place to start. If you're not already doing that, ask yourself why. Why is it that you're not embracing that yet? And imagine what your life will be like when you're freed up from that time, when you're not spending 30 minutes a day actually pressing the button to post something, and you can spend that time instead really building relationships, really making that marketing more effective, and elevating your brand, right? That's why automation helps you be more personal in your marketing and not taking away the personalization, which I know a lot of you are worried about. All right, so let me know in the comments below, if you're not yet automating, does this make you want to consider that? And what would be one of the areas that you would want to automate? Or if you've got questions about what to automate in your marketing, drop those down and below, and I'll stick around for a few minutes here and answer some questions. I did get a question come in via email when I sent out yesterday that I was going to be talking about this, and somebody who's not able to attend. And she asked about automating some of your relationship building marketing, where you might do follow-ups with people after meeting them or even after they become clients. And she specifically asked me about send out cards, which I do use in my business, and I use it to keep in touch with clients. But send out cards it's a marketing platform where you can create and send greeting cards and gifts, and they take care of all the fulfillment for you, right? And I have all my own custom branded cards loaded up so that every card that I send to clients is branded, but I can drop them notes on their birthday or their client anniversary or special occasions. I can attach gifts and it's a great way to continue your relationship building. And it does also have some automation tools in there. I could, for example, create campaigns that automatically every year on a client's birthday, it would send them a card. Now, I don't personally take it so far as to fully automate that because that's where I spend that personalization time. I want to maybe jot a note or choose the gift for the client at the time that goes out. But every aspect of your marketing and everything that you're doing, where your touch points, right, where you're interacting and touching these people, there are automation opportunities. So take those where they make sense for you and make the conscious decision around that. Lisa says, I need to do email sequences, but need the time to set them up. Yeah, Lisa, it totally takes time because you want to be very thoughtful about what it is you're putting in the emails and what the purpose of an email sequence is. Are you warming them up for an offer? Is it a follow-up sequence after they've done something with you? Like, you want to be very deliberate with the email. But writing that content is the same as anything that you need to do in your marketing, right? We need to put out our message. We need to create the content that's going to be relatable to our ideal clients. So that part takes a little time, but then it's done. And then you, or better yet, have your VA, if you've got one, or someone on your team, go load that up for you so that it's automated and running. But you've got to you need to put content out anyway, right? Just because we're in business, people don't automatically know that they want to know more about us or work with us. We have to tell them, and it's through our marketing, which is the communication of your message. And if what you're doing in your marketing right now is not working, you probably have a messaging problem that you need to address. So fix that, tighten that up so that your marketing can be effective, and then get that automated. Valerie says that's a perfect task for a virtual assistant if that's in your budget. Yeah, I write my own content and hand it over to my VA. Yeah, me too. So my VA handles pretty much all my back end tech. Everything, like I just say, like, here's all my content. I want this to go to them one day after they get the last one. Like, I give her all the rules and she goes and loads it up and makes sure that ConvertKit's running properly and tests it out and, make sure that everything's working. Definitely, again, that's not necessarily your zone of genius or where your attention needs to be. It's not in the tech setup. It's in creating the content, engaging with your audience, and serving your clients, right? So yeah, like Valerie says, if it's in your budget, I definitely would outsource that. I definitely give all that to my VA as well. Valerie says, once I worked with Carrie to fix my messaging, everything else was so easy when it came to content creation. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Valerie. It's so true. And my clients all tell me this, and it's so hard to believe when you're not there because I talk about this all the time too. Like, people will say, but I'm not good at writing. I don't know what to write about, content ideas, or what I write, it feels very corporate or very academic because that's where maybe most of your experience has been, right? When you were in school or in a job, and it's very different from marketing content. But once you get clear on your message, which lays the entire foundation for who you're talking to, what you do for them, why they care about that, your content ideas flow from that so much easier. One of my clients recently said to me, she's like, dang it, Carrie, I can't stop thinking about these content ideas that of all these things I know are going to be relatable to my ideal client. And everything flows much easier once you're clear on those things. Thank you so much for sharing that, Valerie. All right, what other questions do you guys have? I'm going to wrap it up. Oh, here's something for me to tell you. So if you follow me anywhere, mostly on Facebook, but if you follow me here on Facebook or you're in my free group, The Messaging Den, you see that I'm 99% of my content is automated. The only thing that I press the go button on is my Facebook Lives. Everything else is scheduled for me or by a tool, right? So that when I come into the Messaging Den or I'm here engaging on my page, my time is all focused in the comments. I've created the content. I've, identified what that is. It got scheduled, and now all my attention and focus can be on the comments, which means I can get in and out of Facebook in 15 to 30 minutes let's call it a time. I'm usually on Facebook a couple times a day, but I come in, I'm very strategic with how I spend my time. I focus in the comments and building engagement and relationships in my own group and in the small handful of groups where I engage elsewhere. And I can get in and out, and my time's really valuable, and I make the most of it when I'm there. And when I'm away from my computer, I still can be putting out content that's encouraging engagement, that's establishing me and my expertise, that's helping to attract new people. Now, you can take that even further, and we haven't even talked about like paid advertising, things like Facebook ads. That's a form of automation. Now that you're putting money behind it, you're trying to reach more people, but you can also get automated in your Facebook funnels. I'm not a Facebook ads expert, so definitely go seek out the right resources for that. But you can have a series of ads that people see that they only see the next one after they've seen the first one. So there's automation that you can do even in your Facebook ads. So whenever you're putting out content and there's a rule that you're wanting to say, if this happens, I want them to see this. And then when that happens, I want them to see the next thing. That's automating that process, right? You're automating that logic. Valerie says, how do you put the quotes up? Very cool. I want to do that on my Facebook Live. Yeah. So you need a third-party tool. I use Ecamm Live, only available on Mac. So if you have a PC, a really popular one is Be Live TV. I see a lot of people using that, and it allows you not only to show the comments, but you can add graphics and images and other things. All right. Corinne says, not related to this, but how do you set up an automatic reminder? I had you from inside Messenger so that I don't miss the live. Yeah, that's with a chat bot or a messaging bot. Again, I'm not an expert in that, so I'll actually refer you to a couple people and I'll drop the comments in. If you want to know more about chat bots, I recommend Molly Mahoney, the Prepared Performer. And I'll drop the link I'll tag her page here so you can go follow her. She is awesome at chatbots. I learned a lot about chatbots at Social Media Marketing World earlier this year. I'll be back there again next spring. But go follow people that'll teach you chatbots. Many chat training that you can learn. And then if you want to learn more about how to get smarter with your Facebook ads and creating sort of a funnel around that, Emily Hirsch just launched her new podcast last week. And it's the Hirsch Marketing Underground, HIRSH Marketing Underground. I think she's released 4 or 5 episodes. She's breaking down this whole process. I'm finding her podcast extremely valuable. I'll link to that down in the comments below too. But go seek out some great experts in that. But yeah, that's all with chatbots. Okay, awesome. All right. What other questions before we wrap up? Oh, what I was starting to say is, like, you guys are still seeing content from me this week. I'm popping in and out of Facebook groups, maybe 15 minutes a day this week, because I'm actually on vacation. We head out tomorrow. I actually was supposed to be in the Outer Banks, North Carolina this week, but with the hurricane that moved through, we had to cancel our trip. We weren't able to get to the property, but I'm still on vacation. And my husband says, well, what do you not understand about being on vacation? Why are you still doing your Facebook Live? Because I choose to reliably show up for you every Tuesday right here on my business page at 11 a.m. Eastern. But like this and one other thing are the only thing I'm doing this week that's work related, but I'm popping into especially my own group and I'm still engaging in the comments, but I don't have to worry about everything going radio silent while social media posts are still going out, and I can just pop in and engage and say hi to people even while I'm on vacation. That's another thing to really be thinking about, especially if you're a solopreneur or small business owner. You need to be able to take time away from your business, but that does not mean that everything comes to a screeching halt, right? We need to make sure our marketing engine still works. Our clients are still taken care of. Automation allows us to do all that. Valerie, yes, I will email, I will link to Ecamm Live as well for you. Yeah, Cheryl, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I have friends in Wilmington too. I hear it's awful down there. I hope your family is safe and they all recover from this hurricane. It was, it's not as, it's just going to sound terrible. It's not as bad as at one point they predicted, but it's still pretty catastrophic. So definitely keeping the whole area in my thoughts. Thanks, Valerie. Yeah, we're definitely enjoying the holiday. We're enjoying some time off, and we're escaping for the rest of the week to a lodge in the mountains. So I'm looking the mountains in Arkansas, which is about a 6-hour drive from us. But yeah, we're looking forward to escaping and getting away. But you guys need to be able to do that too. And that doesn't mean you go radio silent in your marketing, right? Let automation work for you. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Cheryl, I'm going to respond to you separately down in the comments. So let me know again in the comments, if you're not already automating, what are you considering automating? If you are automating, I'd love to know how that's working for you. Or if it's not working for you, let's talk about that. Maybe there's something else that you need to look at on why your automated marketing isn't getting you the results that you're looking for. I will be back next week, full-time back to work. And I forgot to look again at what the topic will be for next week. But if you'd like to know and get notified every week of the topic, just go to carrieprice.com/notify me to sign up, and you'll get notified directly in Facebook Messenger an hour before I go live. So you can decide whether you'd like to join me live or watch the replay. And in the meantime, please don't settle for sounding like anybody else. Make sure you stand out. You get heard. Make your message roar. Have a great day. Bye.